Hello and welcome back to part 2 of SurfersVillage Facebook Live with SUPERBRAND. This is the second part of our board test. Earlier today we were in the SUPERBRAND European headquarters with Rennie, who was showing us a few models of SUPERBRAND surfboards, including the Unit, the Spam, and the Burnside. And we talked about the different design characteristics of each, rocker, foil, everything. And the exciting part now is we're here at the beach and we get to try out the boards. Well, not us, but Emmanuel right here. We will be trying out the boards.
Yeah.
So let's let Remy just describe the boards really quick and what Emmanuel is going to be riding.
So like first board Emmanuel's gonna ride is a Burnside right here. So this is the typical like performance surfing surfboard. So really like the competition one used by all our riders internationally, like for tight surfing, aggressive surfing. Then he's gonna try like the in-between one, which is like the Darnagus Spam model, which is like the small wave board for John. So perfect for today, like we have small shore break, so this is the typical condition for John. So hopefully it's gonna go good. And to finish, we're gonna go with the Unit over there. So the Unit is the typical groveler, can be surfed really short if you're a performance surfer, a bit bigger if you're an in-between surfer and you want like kind of a performance board but with a lot of comfort.
Okay, well, without further ado, let's get rolling. Let's get going. Let's take a quick look at the surf. Baptiste, if you can show what's going on today. It's nothing special, but there are some fun peaks out there. And Emmanuel's going to be out there trying the different boards, trying to get a few waves from the pack. We'll look for him with the, got some bright green shoulder on his wetsuit, so it should be easy to spot. And without further ado, let's go surfing.
Let's go. So Emmanuel, grab your board and go straight. Yeah. So leash at your back foot, pretty important to. Don't forget to put some sunscreen because even if the sun's not out, you need to protect yourself from the UV. We got like some biologic sunscreen, which is made by our partner EQ. And so grab the stick, put a lot on your face to not get too much sunburn.
Say blue.
You get the blue one,
The warrior.
yeah.
Okay. And we've also got another color. And then it's the blank.
The blank one.
Blanche. Okay. Can you put it in there? Right on. Ready for
EQ.
battle.
Thanks for the product, guys. Okay, so you see we are here in Biarritz. So small waves today, but fun peaks. It seems to be powerful. There's some couple of walls to shred. You can see like all the drums are out. Emmanuel is with his friend, like all those guys are competing on the regional circuit. Oh, you can see nice hack over there. Another one, boom, nice hack too.
So one of the great things about doing Facebook Live here is that we are live, we're at the beach. Yesterday there was, I think it was about 100 degrees. For those of you in the US, or 40 Celsius for our European friends, and everyone was at the beach. It was classy, it was hot, waves were small, it was just an amazing beach day. And then today we've got clouds, we've got a little bit of rain. Earlier we had the huge raindrops that come when the weather is really warm, and today it's just kind of messy and junky, but you know, it still looks fun. Water's pretty warm, and Emmanuel's paddling out. And there's not much to say about surf. It's there, you can see it on your live feed. You pan down, you can see we're standing in water. Waves are, the tide's coming up. So while he gets situated, let's take a look at a couple of the boards. Remy will come back with one of the boards. We'll talk about that. It's the logistics. Up there he goes. There goes Imanol. He's going left on the burn side.
So you can see
kind of. Yeah, I'll let Remy take over here.
we'll be able to see how tight he's able to turn with his board. It's due to the kicktail. You can really turn your board vertical and in a small amount of space on the wave. So the wave was pretty short, but he was able to fit one pretty vertical turn.
Okay, so that's the board that Imanol prefers on a day like today. For someone of my surfing ability, which is average, I'd prefer something smaller, wider, more user-friendly, something that's going to help me along on the wave where I don't have the leg power to produce those turns to make the board go fast. Something like, what do you have here, Remy?
I have a Spam, so this is a Spam 5.8, like 27 liters or a bit more. You get like kind of a wide point over there, like for the chest, really easy to paddle, and yeah, like big thickness here, and like full nose, full rail, and it's getting narrower on the tail with a little wing that helps you like turn the board a lot. And same thing on the concave, so you get like a deep single concave that goes into a double, and like you get some slight V on the tail.
Okay, out the back we got Imanol. Oh, he almost had that one. Not quite. There goes another local ripper. All right, back to the board, Remy.
Yeah, so back to the board. So as I said, like a bit of V on the nose for the paddling power, then the concave right there, like to really get the water under your board, and then it goes through a double concave, like for more speed, and for versatility you get like a bit of V of the tail to really like transition your board rail to rail like that easily from the tail.
Okay. And what it's kind of interesting because we're talking about design and the subtle design characteristics that, you know, you're floating on your board waiting for a wave, and you're not thinking about all those things. You're not saying, oh, I've got single to double concave, it's going to go really great. You're just out surfing, which is what Imanol is doing, and trying the different boards, which is why you can have as much technical knowledge as you want, as you can know, but nothing replaces that feeling of when you're actually up and surfing and how the board goes, which is hard to describe sometimes.
Yeah, basically like sometimes like for boards, like plenty of people are thinking a lot about the width, the width, the thickness, the length, the volume and stuff, but the most important thing is to go out, try it, and like have your impression on it, and really feel it. If you have like some all-made opinion about a board, like usually it doesn't go great if you don't have any opinion.
Okay, here he goes left on a very small mushy wave. Yeah, kicks out. No, nothing. You can't. No matter which board you have, you can't create a wave where there is not a wave. We haven't invented that technology yet, have we?
No. Probably that's gonna be the next step.
The next step, maybe in the wave pools and around. So while he's paddling back out, is there anything else you want to say about the Spam?
Yeah, like basically the Spam, I think it's gonna go pretty good in those kind of conditions. To me, it's the perfect board for those kind of conditions because like it's quite steep and you can fit some turns, but it's also a bit mushy and small, so you need a bit more volume to have your speed, but you need some versatility to fit some turns in those quick waves.
Okay, great. And welcome back. If you've just joined us, this is SurfersVillage SUPERBRAND Facebook Live, and we're here at the beach in beautiful southwest France, and it's just an overcast day with average waves, and you can't really see it here because of the way things are, you know, shown through an iPhone, but basically we're here on the beach. Baptiste, maybe you can show the rocks and such, and we're very close to the water's edge, and just
Imanol was surfing actually.
we missed his best wave. So there he went on a wave, and we missed it, which happens, and I'll hear about that for a long time. So we're here at the beach. It's just the surf is really close to us. If you're standing here on the beach, it looks like, oh, I could throw a rock, you know, and hit one of the surfers out there. We're through the phone, through what you're seeing, it looks much further away. But we're here. Our feet are wet. We're on the wet sand, and the tide's coming in, and there's some waves right out the back as Emmanuel tries out the SUPERBRAND Burnside.
Yeah. So one good thing, like we're preparing the next board for Emmanuel. Like one good tip for you guys is like how to place your leash on the board. And like the main mistake when you put your leash is to have your string a bit too long, and when like the wave tows your board, like it can make a big dry cut right there with the string. So this is pretty important to have like your cord pretty short.
It is. It's very important. I remember I'm old enough to remember the early days of surf leashes when they were first being invented, and they had your bungee cord with a leather strap, and then your surgical tubing for Power Cord, I think was the brand. I remember
Sorry, wrong cord.
And I remember I had a beautiful new plastic Fantastic, and
It's going.
go. And he's still going, and you can see when he surfs, he, you know, with that board, it's a high-performance shortboard. He's got to make it work, but the trade-off there is that he's got to work for it to make it turn. But when he does do a turn, it's going to be sharper, more crisp, more precise. Something that when you have on a flat groveler, you're not going to really get. So going back to the surf leash, Remy's going to tell us how to properly tie the string so you don't get rip through.
Yeah.
Rip through, that's what we
So
always call it.
basically the idea is not to do that double knots here to have like your cord too long. Like don't do that, so it's gonna be too long. You just pass your string like in the plug like that, and then like you pass your leash in between like the two parts of your cord, so you make sure it's really short and it doesn't break your tail. So I'm gonna struggle a bit
Okay. And
to pull it, but then it's gonna be like safe for my tail. It needs to fit in.
So while Remy does that, I'd like to remind you, if you guys have questions about surfing in general, or specifically these boards from SUPERBRAND, these models, the SPAM, the Unit, and the Burnside, run them through. Remy will answer them. And also, the best question or comment today will receive a prize pack from SUPERBRAND. So just throw your question out there. You could win something. You could win a nice t-shirt, hat, and sweatshirt combo.
Yeah, and pack of stickers as well, and like the full package for
Stickers!
yes, stickers. That's what we
Which,
need.
let's put, no,
Yeah.
so you continue with that.
Yeah. Okay, so basically as I showed you, like I shortened my cord, and then like right there I got my rail saver, and I make sure like any part it won't break my tail when the wave's gonna tow my board. Then you have your leash, you make sure there is no knots, nothing, and then you put your leash on your back foot. That's pretty much it. So yeah, that's gonna be the next board is gonna try. So we're gonna go like from one program, like the high performance program, to the ready groveler program. So that's gonna be the in-between board, the SPAM. Like let's have a look at the little care package we're gonna have for the best question. So we got the fling hat right there, 6-panel trucker hat, like the banner tee, taking a bit the logo of SUPERBRAND, and the Union sweatshirt with those little cross that we can find on the fins, like on any product, really iconic SUPERBRAND graphic.
Okay, so best question or comment can win this prize pack. Go ahead, send them in, and you could be the lucky winner. All right. How's Emmanuel doing out there? He's waiting. We can see him straight out, just waiting for the right wave. And he's riding the Burnside, which is your typical high-performance shortboard, but he competes on the junior qualifying series. So he needs to ride a board that's gonna make his surfing look the best it can, meaning most precision in his turns and such. But at the same time, he's not going to use a board that's going to help him along, because that would be, when you get it up in the critical part of the wave, that's going to be more difficult to surf on. So that's your high-performance shortboard. We saw him on a couple waves. It looks a little hard to get in the lip. Someone like me, I would take out the lowest groveler on a day like today. So something quad, fishy kind of setup. Remy, what would you ride today?
I think I would ride like either like the spam, like that, like because you keep a level of performance, but you have a bit of comfort as well and speed. Like I'm not like really old, but I'm getting old, so I need a bit of comfort. I wouldn't ride like the Burnside today, like it seems to be a bit difficult for me, but definitely the spam, or I could ride like the Ping GT, like 5 Ping GT or something like that, which is pretty cool in those kind of waves. Like it's not really high performance, but you can have a lot of fun and doing plenty of tricks with that. Let's see, the set's coming. Set's coming. Yeah, he's gonna go left. Let's see what he can do. Boom! That's a nice turn. Like that's typically what I was saying. Like he was able to fit the turn in a really small amount of space, and that's what the kicktail for ride.
Now, what would happen if he was on, say, the spam or the unit, and he tried to turn like that? What do you think? How would it be different?
Yeah, maybe on that short of a wave. Like the difference is he would have been able to take off earlier, so he would have had a bit more space on the wave too. It would have created a bit more space from the beginning. But like taking off where he took off with that same board, I don't think he would have been able to do that same turn. So here is Emmanuel coming. He's going to change board.
Okay, we're going to do a quick board change out, and c'est amusant.
Yeah.
Cool. Qu'est-ce que tu penses?
Bah, le vague c'est cool. La planche, elle est pas mal, elle est réactive, beaucoup. Elle a une bonne relance. Et ça marche dans tout type de vague, même dans les petites, dans les grosses, creuses ou mou. Et voilà. Non, franchement, elle est pas mal.
Cool. Okay.
And so just for a little translation, he said that the board was reactive, like it was working in any kind of condition, which is not really easy today. And yeah, so he was happy with the board. Like he's quite used to it because he's riding nearly the same one. But yeah, perfect. So right now he's going to use the spam. Maybe let's have a look on his wax technique. Like plenty of guys have some different wax techniques. So let's watch the wax technique of Emmanuel. You know, like he's doing some little round, so make sure like you have like, some little butts everywhere on the board, and it gets grippy. He seems to be motivated, so he walks in fast. That's the motivation technique.
Okay.
Waxing fast, putting the leash fast. He wants to go. He wants to surf.
So let's take a quick look at the spam. Again, it's got the break in the outline, and with the wings and the swallowtail, and the less nose area than the unit. So it's somewhere between the two boards we're trying to get. That's the Goldilocks board just right, maybe, because it's right in the middle.
Exactly.
not too hot, not too cold. So Emmanuel's going to paddle back out, and we can see the tide's coming in right now. And Baptiste, can you pan down, look at that? We're seeing that we've got the tides here in southwest France are really extreme. It can go up to 14, 15 feet. And it's when you time your surf sessions, you got to know exactly when to go and at what time. Because some spots will shut down entirely when there's too much water, and others don't even start to show until there's a lot of water on the sandbar. And while Imanol paddles back out, we'll just kind of take a look around at the other boards we got today. Last time I did this, we missed his waves, so we'll have a spotter keep an eye out.
Oh, here we are.
So let's move around this way. So Remy's in front of Imanol. Should he catch another wave?
Let me know if a wave is coming because I didn't get my shoes off.
And here we go. We can pan down to Remy's shoes, which we're going to try to get wet today.
It's coming.
Almost, guys. Try again. So, okay, now Remy's back on the newly wetted sand.
Okay,
There he goes. Nice little snap hack.
Yeah, so you can see like the board is a bit less versatile than the Burnside, but like he didn't have to work that much to get his speed. He was like more cruisy on the wave, so that's what the volume produced on the wave, like you get a bit more cruisy. In the meantime, like you see that it doesn't get quite as radical as on the Burnside because like it's more like a more volume and more stocky board.
But then at the same time, it's not going to be as much work.
Yeah.
On the Burnside, he's got to work a lot to
Yeah,
make that
exactly.
happen. That board helps him
he's
out a bit.
going
Here he goes
again.
again. And nice little hack. You can kind of see how the board fit well into the curve of the wave, and that's the rocker in the span that fit into the curvy part of the wave. So a flatter board would have slid out, gone sideways, but there's Imanol putting the rocker of the span to good use.
Yeah, and I think like that turn how he did it quick. It's also because of the V tail, like
Okay.
the V on the bottom of the tail. Like it really allowed him to put that rail in the water, despite the fact the board is pretty wide. Like he managed to change the rail pretty quick, and it's coming from the V tail at the bottom and the really winger thing at the tail.
Wing.
Yeah.
Okay, while we wait for Imanol to get repositioned, he's testing out the spam. We'll take a look at the boards that we're trying today. If you're just joining us, this is Facebook Live with SurfersVillage and SUPERBRAND, and we're board testing. We're doing the board test today. This is part 2. Earlier today, we're in SUPERBRAND European headquarters talking about the new boards from SUPERBRAND that you can buy at local surf shops throughout France or online with our partners, Label Partner. And we're still waiting. So the boards we have today, first one that you see with the barbed wax on it, that's the Burnside. That's your high performance short board. The one next to it is the unit. I'm a little older, slower surfer. I've got a unit in my dimensions, meaning it's big, lots of volume. I love the board. It does a lot of the work for you. It's gonna cruise through flap sections. It's got that, earlier we were talking about the single to double concave, so it flows water through underneath the board, but you still have the double concave, which means the transition to rail is gonna be a lot easier. Single concaves, while they're wonderful, create more drive, create more lift, they can tend to stick. That's one of the drawbacks. And a good shaper, or Shapers Collective, as the case is, knows how to balance those things.
Definitely. The concave like really impacts the way you surf, and like choosing.
There
it's
he
going
goes.
again, left.
He's going left on the spam, trying to get up some speed, and yeah, he can just kind of throw it out there.
Yeah.
'Cause
Little whippy turn, like he did what he could. Like you can see that he's working way less to get his speed. Like he's got more flow with that board, but in the meantime, he's got a bit less precision in his turn as well. So that's the thing. Like when you go with your high performance, but also like you can notice at the beginning of his wave, he did a little mistake grabbing some edge. If he would have done that with the Burnside, he would have lost the wave like straight away.
Okay.
Like the fact the board is wide, it's a bit more permissive and like more user friendly. So that allows, like, even if you bubble a bit in your wave, like you can still continue your wave. While on a really high performance board, if you bubble it, like you nearly miss the whole wave after.
So we're Also another thing, we had Imanol show you a quick waxing technique. Remy talked about the proper way to attach your leash string so you don't get ripped through. We're also going to talk about fins. And here comes Imanol now. We missed his last wave. He's about to take out the unit, and we'll get some feedback from him.
That was a quick session.
That was a quick session. Are we going to send him back out there?
I don't know.
How are we on time? So we'll see. He might go back out, or he might just grab the unit, get a couple waves on that. And we're doing pretty well on time. I think it's time for the unit. And translation from Remy.
Yeah. Ok. Donc Imanol, qu'est-ce que tu penses de celle-là?
Ouais, elle est cool. Elle est bien épaisse pour les vagues molles, elle est cool.
Ouais.
Elle flotte bien, elle flotte vraiment bien. Et pareil, elle est épaisse mais elle plante pas le rail sur les carves ni rien. Et pareil, elle a une bonne relance. Elle a un bon rebond au bottom et tout, du coup tu peux bien monter radical. Non, elle est cool.
Okay. So a little quick translation. He said like there's a lot of volume for small wave. This is a perfect weapon. He said like despite the volume, like the board turns great. It holds the curve, which is a good thing on small boards because it can be the problem on really small boards like not having enough drive. So apparently he's got enough drive. Apparently he seemed to have a lot of fun with it. Like three good wave in 5 minutes. So that's quite cool. So right now he's gonna test like the unit right there. So little leash change. On that time we didn't prepare anything for him. He's got to work a bit, which is not a bad work. And yeah, so I think it was pretty exciting to ride that little 5.4. I think he's gonna have fun on that. It's gonna be a way different type of surfing, but he's gonna have fun for sure. And so yeah, you can see on the spam like what he said, like more volume, more flow, but still good amount of precision. So as I previously said, like it seems to be the board for today. Like I think with better wave that would have been the burn side. Let's see now what is up to with the unit.
Okay, so this is during our test. We're searching for the Goldilocks board. We tried the high performance burn side. We tried the spam, which is somewhere in the middle. A little fatter. It still has the extreme rocker and heavy concave. And now he's going out on the unit, which is the full-on groveler. So my feelings are he's such a high-performance surfer. He's not going to like such a grovel board because he'll want to fit it into the critical section and really pump it and make it work. So we'll see how it goes. It could be the equivalent of riding a longboard for him.
Not really sure about that. It's still a 5.4, so even if it's like thick and flat, I think like he's gonna be able to turn it. Then like the difference might be on the level of precision the board can bring you. Like it's more where it's gonna change. On turns, I'm pretty sure he's gonna fit some turns.
Okay.
Like let's see what kind of turn he's gonna fit. But yeah, he's gonna have fun. Like it's a fun board. Like this is not the kind of board you're gonna surf during a contest for sure, but it's a perfect board. Like perfect summer board. Like if you want to surf anything in between like 1 foot to 4 foot, I would say. Mm-hmm. That's a perfect board. Then above 4 foot, like I think you need a bit more precision in your surfing.
Okay, great. So let's take a look at what we've tried so far today during this session of SurfersVillage Facebook Live with SUPERBRAND. Can you lay the burn side next to the spam here? And we'll just take a look at the board. And you can see immediately, are those about the same volume?
That one has quite more volume, but this is a bit the shape of it. That one is 26.5. That one is nearly 28.
Okay, so
like 1
so
liter
about
more.
1 liter, 1.5 liters more on the spam to to bring it down in a groveler size. And when you look at the templates of the board, you can see the Burnside. Oh, here he goes. Nope.
Question.
Okay, we have a good question has come through, and I'm gonna read it to you, Remy. We'll talk about this. What's the best material, polyurethane or epoxy? Are both available on SUPERBRAND boards? I'll answer my feelings about epoxy versus polyurethane. Polyurethane is what we're all familiar with. It's what most of us grew up on surfing. It's going to have a very familiar feel to it. There's a certain pop to it. There's a certain way it springs, whether that's from the wood stringer or from just familiarity in general. The board's going to sit a little lower in the water because it's heavier than epoxy. So while the board may weigh a couple extra ounces, you really feel that when you surf. Polyurethane, performance-wise, no one's found anything to match it. Durability-wise, there's some wonderful, great options out there, including epoxy. And here goes Imanol. And he's taking off on this little ride here on the short, wide unit. You can see how much speed he gets just going immediately down the line. But trying the cutback, the board just doesn't fit in the wave the way a Burnside or high-performance shortboard would. So for a lot of us, that was a great wave. Hey, I went fast down the line. For Imanol, probably not, because he wanted to just do a big hack and wasn't able to do it. So going back to materials, polyurethane is everyone's favorite. The drawbacks are it's toxic. It doesn't last long. It's short-lived. But the great thing about it is it's familiar. It's relatively inexpensive. Everyone can afford a board made out of polyurethane. Epoxy will tend to go. Here he goes again. And he's going to go left on this one. And you can see the unit, his foot is kind of far up. He was able to get way out the back. That was cool. And epoxy tends to sit higher in the water. It's more durable. It's more, epoxy sits higher in the water. It's more durable. So it's going to last longer. So for that reason, it's more environmentally friendly. If you tend to surf small waves, my feeling is that epoxy works best, If you're really into performance surfing and competing, then polyurethane is going to be the way to go. But I would love to hear Remy's take on that, because I'm sure it differs a bit. So Remy, what is your take? What's better?
There's a set.
There's the set. We got some sets coming through. So Remy, what is your take on epoxy versus polyurethane?
I'm definitely a polyurethane guy for sure.
Yeah.
But as you said, epoxy, you get a different feeling. You can surf a bit thinner with some epoxy because it floats more. So you can reduce a bit the thickness and the width of your board. So that's a good advantage. My feeling of it, to me, epoxy is a good option for small wave, but it's not consistent enough in any kind of condition. Where polyurethane, you're gonna have some consistency on any session. You're gonna feel your board the same. On epoxy, if there is some bumps in the wave, or if you're going a bit too fast, for example some cruisy with point breaks, you can find in Morocco and stuff, it can you can have that tapping feeling of the board, which personally I don't really like. I just surf epoxy on groveler boards.
Okay, so that's
and yes, to reply to the question, that's available in both polyurethane and epoxy. The thing you have to know is epoxy is way more expensive because for the shaper it's way more drama to shape.
Well, it's harder to work with because it's expanded polystyrene beads, so it's going to look like
the foam
cooler.
The foam is harder to. Oh, Emmanuel again. So, you see the board seems a bit small for him actually. Maybe a 5.5 would be better. But yeah, gonna have another go. It's harder to shape the foam, the epoxy foam, because this is polystyrene. So it's harder to shape, it's harder to glass, it's more toxic for the shaper as well. and like it's longer to dry, and then like it's stronger, but when it breaks, it's a pain to really fix it.
Okay.
So there's some good and bad point in both things.
Okay.
But like I'm pretty conservative and traditional on my board choice.
Yeah, that happens with a lot of surfers. We learn on certain things and like polyurethane, and we just accept that as normal. That's what feels right to us, and you try different materials and they just feel different, and different, you know, doesn't mean it's bad, it's just it's different. Should you have learned on an epoxy or something, you know, that will feel totally normal. We did a great article on SurfersVillage. We compared one board in 3 different mediums, and what we found out, we took the exact same board, same dimensions, same length, everything, and we tried it in polyurethane, we tried it in epoxy with carbon wrap rails, and we tried it in varial foam technology with Hydroflex glassing. And what we found out is there was a big difference between the epoxy and the polyurethane. Not so much between the varial Hydroflex hybrid and the polyurethane build. So there is a big step between polyurethane and epoxy. So best way to do is do a board demo. You guys do board demos?
Yeah,
a lot of companies do.
Yeah, we do a lot of board demos, like with our store partners. Like we come there with 20 boards, tent, some goodies, and we spend the day in front of the store, like lending some board to the kids, having fun with them, and if we get time, we try to go surfing with them as well. But it's not that often.
There's and if you're just waking up in California right now, there's a great event called Camp Shred in Southern California, and what they have there is all the brands come down. SUPERBRAND, and he's going nuts. All the brands come down, Rusty, Channel Islands, Firewire, SUPERBRAND, and they just bring literally truckloads of surfboards for people to try. And this is a great way for you to get tuned in on a board and what equipment works for you. And also to talk to reputable salespeople in the shop or your shaper. Here he goes. Nope. Okay, so are there other questions? Remember, if you send in your question, we have a winner.
Yeah, we got a winner from the first care package. So t-shirt, sweatshirt. This is Fabio Veli. So Fabio,
Fabio.
Congrats, man! If you can send like your size, address, and telephone number to the Facebook, like the SurfersVillage, and we're gonna take care of the shipping as soon as possible, so tomorrow.
That's awesome. And just a reminder, keep sending in your questions, comments.
There's another package
because
to win.
there's another package to win, and it's a SUPERBRAND hat, a t-shirt, and a sweatshirt.
Exactly.
And they're awesome. So send in your questions, comments. Also, if you have questions about design, we've got some combined years of experience, and we'll bring what we can to it. And also, let's keep an eye on the surf. Again, this is SurfersVillage Facebook Live with SUPERBRAND. This is our first Facebook Live. We want to thank everyone for joining us, and also thank our media partners, Extreme Video. I'd like to thank You Writing Games. That's a good thing.
He's going.
Oh, there he goes. I don't think he likes that.
Not sure I really like that board. As you said, it's an old man board, so maybe it's too young for that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it was surfing best on the Spam.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you out there on Facebook Live? What do you think he's surfed best on? I know it's hard to see on a small screen on your iPhone, but you may have seen first board was the Burnside, second board was the Spam, and now he's out there on the unit. And let's see how that keeps going. Going back to our partners, You Writing. It's a great online game. It just went.
Fun. You should download it.
Well, yeah, we just launched on mobile, but all the stuff here, the boards, you can virtually try on You Writing. So if you want to pick out a Spam and try it at Chopu, in the virtual world, you could. And we'd also like to thank EQ.
Yeah,
for-
EQ. Yeah, so EQ is providing the sunscreen. This is biologic, like this is company from France, doing plenty of activation in the wellness, well-being and stuff. Like this is a great brand. Like they do sunscreen, yoga mat, candles with perfume, like plenty of things that makes you feel better and surf better after.
So we're back, and let's see, take a look at the conditions. Emmanuel's paddling over. I think he's eyeing that one, but choosing not to go. Let's can we take a quick look at the fin system here that you have?
That's a good combination because we got here like the two fin system, like the two most common fin system were available on the market. So this is the futures. So as we see, there is like the we got like this is Facebook Live. This is a bit freestyle. So like we got like the futures collaboration, like future fins. This is like Oni. How do you call that, Brian, in English? Sorry for my English. The Oni thing inside.
The inside foil.
Inside foil?
Yeah, the inside foil, instead of having a flat foil,
Yeah.
these are scooped out a little bit. And the idea is that releases from the water quicker. When you have a flat edge, it's going to be more positive and drivey. Yet when you have a little scoop here, water against water, it's going to be a little more free to move. So that you might get a little more scoot through flat sections and a little more release. However, if you're going to do a big, powerful man turn, you might want a flat-sided foil.
Exactly. And inside, like we got the Oni B, you know so if you put the board at the light, like you can see.
Oh yeah, the honeycomb.
Yeah, honeycomb. So you can see this is honeycomb. Like this is the most high performance. Whoa! Water
There you go.
and wave. You. It's going. Got a nice section. That's a nice tail release.
Yeah.
Seems to be happy with that. It's coming out. Maybe he wants to retry another board. We don't know. Do we have enough time?
I think we're about in for time.
Okay. So yeah, fin systems. Like to go back on the fin system. Sorry, I was scared by getting caught in the shore break. And like we have like the futures collaboration, and we also have the FCS2. FCS2, you don't have any screws. Like you can screws if you use your old FCS1, but if you use FCS2, like basically you just pop up the fin like that and then just enter it manually. Actually, I can't do it because I need my two hands to do it. But if you hold me the mic, I'll do it. So you do like that. Sorry. You need like to have your board real flat, and then like you pop up like this, and you go up like that. And so this is pretty convenient. Like when you're traveling and stuff, you don't need to have your FCS key or whatever. Like you just have that, and you can remove your fin pretty easily. Like there's two schools. Like some prefer like the future fins, some other prefer like the FCS fins. I'm more an FCS fin guy. Woo, woo. I'm pretty sure Brian is a future fin guy.
All right. Well, Emmanuel's just come in, and he'll talk to Remy, say which of the boards he liked the best. Which one?
First, a little feedback on the.
Oh yeah, feedback on the unit. So, ça va?
Ouais, la planche elle est cool. C'est une 5.4, du coup c'est une petite taille. Mais comme elle est bien large, elle convient à tous les gabarits, même aux grands gabarits. Du coup c'est cool. Elle est rapide. Et pareil, elle flotte super et voilà. C'est une super planche aussi. Nickel.
On a vu que tu avais plus un peu galéré sur tes turns au niveau précision, tu l'as senti?
Ouais, parce que comme je suis un peu lourd et tout, ben, la planche elle est un peu trop réactive.
Ok.
Et du coup, des fois tu as un peu des déséquilibres et tout. Mais parce que c'est une 5-4 et normalement je surfe un peu plus grand. Mais non, c'est une super planche. Cool.
Okay, so for translation, he said like the board was floating good, like good flow. He said like it's a 5.4, he's not used to surf that small. So he was quite surprised in his turn, like it was releasing sometimes a bit too quick. And we could have seen it on the footage. So yeah, basically he liked the board but needs to get used to it a bit more, like riding those sides. So I give the mic to Brian.
Okay, so what we'll do now, this is the really exciting part of this whole thing. We talked about 3 different shapes of boards, what makes each of them work in their own unique way, and we saw Imanol surf the Burnside, the Spam, and the Unit. And now I think it's time, the envelope please, as far as which board went best today in today's conditions. Batiste, can you look at the surf today? As you can see, it's just kind of small and crumbly, a few little fun peaks. Imanol got to try 3 boards, and which board went the best in today's conditions?
Donc Imanol, quelle planche t'as préférée aujourd'hui et pourquoi?
Alors moi j'ai préféré la Burnside parce que elle a vraiment une bonne relance et elle marche dans toutes les conditions, même dans les conditions difficiles comme ça. Et voilà, elle est adaptée à mon gabarit aussi, donc du coup c'est cool. Et ouais, elle marche pour tout le monde, même avec différentes dérives et tout, elle est cool. Et voilà, elle est adaptée à tout le monde, du coup c'est cool.
Cool. Okay, and now
Translation? Should I do?
oh yeah.
Yeah, translation, sorry. So he said like he preferred the Burnside because like it's more the size of board he used to ride, and like it goes quick, it's reactive, and it goes in any condition, so really consistent type of surfing with that board. He said like it could be a good board for anybody, you just need to find your right volume. But yeah, obviously the Burnside was the board for him today.
Okay, great. And the interesting thing about today is Remy, what board would you have ridden today?
Spam, definitely.
And I would, for someone of my ability, I would have ridden a Unit. So as you can see, for every same waves, 3 different surfers, different boards and conditions.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do now, all of you who participated and sent in your questions and comments, we're going to pick a winner for the SUPERBRAND prize pack and announce it live on the air. So what we'll do is, Remy, go ahead and grab that prize pack and we'll see what's up. And once again, thank you everyone for joining us at the very first Surfers Village Facebook Live. It's been a wonderful experience. And there we go, we've got a sweatshirt, cap,
and t-shirt and a bunch of stickers, but
so we'll be.
I don't have the stickers yet.
We're headquarters in Biarritz is picking a winner right now, so we should know shortly, and we'll do that. In the meantime, just take a look around. As you can see, the tide was coming in. We're trying to get Remy's shoes earlier wet.
Yeah, that's all right.
Earlier.
That's all right.
We tried to lure him closer to the water's edge to see if we could get his Vans all soaking wet. And it looks like we succeeded and got the toes wet. So thanks again for joining us at Facebook Live, and I believe we have a winner. And the winner of the SUPERBRAND prize pack is Timothy Hayworth Staines.
Yes,
all right, Timothy. Good going,
please
bro.
send us your t-shirt size, your address and phone number so we can ship everything to you tomorrow morning. Thanks a lot.
All right, and special thanks to Imanol for coming out.